If you're looking for an independent source for weekly FSM software news, you are in the right place. This is Service Business Academy, and every single Monday, I break down what changed across the entire field service management software industry. From Jobber, Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, QuoteIQ, FieldPulse, Workiz, and many more. There's no bias. This is everything that actually happened and what shipped in the past week. So this is the weekly roundup for the week of March 24th, 2026, and this is a really big one. So if you're wondering what FSM software updates happen in March 2026, here's the short version of it. If you want to go see all these for yourself, you can go over to servicebusinessacademy.org, but I'm going to hop on the computer and let's go through this. Let's go. So week of March 2024, QuoteIQ ships its largest release ever. They now have 50 plus features, and one of their new ones is their client portal and the AI Smart Import. Jobber launches a $250,000 grant program with Daymond. So we're about to go over the full FSM landscape for this week. But here's the summary. QuoteIQ now has 50 plus features, and this past update was one of their largest releases ever. In this update, they released the client portal, visual estimates via satellite screenshots, AI Smart Imports from any CRM, ACH payments, automations. They also redesigned their sales pipeline, their multi-day scheduling, and a few more things. I also noticed a good bit of visual improvements just throughout the software. Jobber launches their 2026 grants program. It is a $250,000 total and a $100,000 grand prize. They also have Daymond from Shark Tank partnering on a mentorship. So Housecall Pro did not really come out with anything new this week, and they still don't have route optimization. But apart from a Jobber Wix integration, that was really the biggest changes. So let's go through the rest of it and see what else is up. So from March 10th to March 24th was dominated by one story. QuoteIQ ships its biggest update in history. QuoteIQ now has over 50 features across 12 product modules. At the same time, Jobber used the period to announce its biggest grant program in 6 years, a separate initiative, not a product update. Housecall Pro published a February release note with incremental fixes but no headline features. ServiceTitan, FieldPulse, and Workiz really didn't do anything worth mentioning. The data this week tells a clear story about where product velocity lives in the FSM space. QuoteIQ touched every major module: payments, scheduling, client communication, AI, sales pipelines, QuickBooks syncs, all of that in a single coordinated release. That kind of scope is unusual at any price tier, and it happened across every single QuoteIQ plan, starting at $29 a month with no user fees. Going through activity scores for the week, I'm giving QuoteIQ a 10 out of 10, and I'm going to give Jobber an 8 out of 10 just because they did launch that grants program. Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, FieldPulse, and Workiz really didn't do anything much, so I'm not giving them very high scores. But let's go over the big QuoteIQ March 2026 update. And standard QuoteIQ, they didn't raise any prices, they just included more features onto the already existing subscription plans, which are the essential plans for $29 a month, the beginner plan for $74 a month, the pro plan for $149 a month, elite for $249, and then the max plan that comes with unlimited users for $399. One of the new features that came out in QuoteIQ is the client portal. This is probably the largest single addition in the update. It's a brand new client portal. Customers now have a dedicated self-service hub where they can view estimates, check invoices, see upcoming appointments, they can track their job status, and submit new service requests, all without calling your office or ever contacting you. The portal access in QuoteIQ is sent via a secure link directly from any contact profile inside the app via SMS or copy to clipboard. A new service request dashboard inside the contractor's account shows all incoming portal requests with real-time status updates, search, and filtering. This is a feature that Jobber has offered on its client hub, but that's only available starting at $119 a month on the Connect plan. QuoteIQ now includes the equivalent feature starting at $29. That's value. Let's go on to the visual estimates via Map Measure Pro. QuoteIQ's Map Measure Pro satellite measurement tool can now export screenshots of measured properties. I've wanted this for so long, and I'm so happy that QuoteIQ actually listened to its users and implemented it. So now you can export screenshots of your measured properties with the dimensions, square footage, and the markups all completely visible. You can attach them directly to the estimates or your invoices. This is cool for roofing and for solar panels because the update also integrated with Google's Solar API to add color-coded roof pitch visualization on top of the satellite images. The result is a visual estimate that includes a satellite photo of the exact property with measurements labeled, sent as part of the proposal document. There's really no other FSM platform that offers this natively. Competitors that want a similar functionality typically require a paid integration with a third-party measurement tool, Company Cam for photos, Eagle View or Hover for measurements, and then adding $30 to $100 per month to that software bill that you're already paying for. But in QuoteIQ, Map Measure Pro is built in at no additional cost. They also have the AI Smart Import. So if you're a contractor switching away from Jobber, Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, or any other CRM, you can now upload a CSV export of their contacts or services and have QuoteIQ's AI automatically map and import all of your data. Yes, you heard that correctly. So no more manual column matching or cleanups. The system's going to handle every format difference between the CRMs, and it's going to import everything in perfectly. So for contractors who have been reluctant to switch platforms because of migration friction, this removes that primary technical barrier. QuoteIQ also added in ACH bank payments, embedded checkouts, and a little update to their email automation. So QuoteIQ now supports ACH bank transfers via Stripe. You can toggle it on from your bank details setting. Customers see the bank transfer options alongside credit card and debit cards on every single invoice page. The checkout experience has also been rebuilt. Payments now happen in an embedded model on the invoice page itself rather than redirecting to a separate Stripe hosted page. And on mobile, checkout goes full screen. So the combination reduces payment abandonment and speeds up the collection process. So QuoteIQ's email and text automations have been completely rebuilt. The previous system had documented reliability issues with duplicate sends and mistime messages. The new version 2 has automations on times with no duplicates, a new dashboard that shows active templates, the pending send queue, sent history, and failure tracking. And this is a cool one, template variables can now be inserted from a picker without manually typing variable codes. That's awesome. Quick little breakdown of everything else that happened inside of QuoteIQ this past week in the update. So you also have multi-day scheduling in QuoteIQ. Jobs that span multiple consecutive days render as continuous calendar events with date ranges shown across all views. There's also that Ask AI was expanded to 30 plus actions. Now you have full in-app documentation added, covers estimate creation, job scheduling, bulk messaging, customer lookup, and more, all by voice or text command. They also redesigned their sales pipeline. There's new deal cards with gradient backgrounds, multi-assignee support, deal level attachments, so now you can attach PDFs and images to your deals inside of your pipelines. They also added internal notes and date range filters, so just a ton of improvements to the pipelines inside of QuoteIQ. They also made some estimate and invoice improvements. You can have custom document labels, you can hide line item prices, there's collapsible form sections. They also added in the net 15, 30, 60, 90 payment terms, added subscription discounts and taxes, and selectable text on customer pages. They also updated QuickBooks Sync. Now special characters and customer names are handled. They also added multi-currency support, so all financial displays now use the company's configured currency symbol. QuoteIQ now functions correctly for contractors operating in any currency. So really, you can use QuoteIQ anywhere in the entire world. They also made some improvements to how expenses work inside of QuoteIQ. They added the mobile search, type filtering, and CSV export. It's all added in now. This is really useful for tax prep and bookkeeping without ever leaving QuoteIQ. They also added break tracking, so now employee time entries now record break counts and the durations of those breaks. It's all reflected in reports and CSV exports, and this matters a lot for labor compliance and accurate job costing. But that was QuoteIQ. Now let's go over Jobber, Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, and any other FSM softwares that have been updated this week. Jobber has the 2026 grants program and some new product features. On March 4th, 2026, Jobber launched its 2026 grants program. It's the largest in the company's 6-year history. The program's going to award $250,000 to 9 home service businesses across the United States and Canada, and one recipient will receive a $100,000 grand prize. If you've ever watched Shark Tank and know who Daymond is, he's partnering on the program. Every single recipient gets an invitation to an all expenses paid business retreat with direct access to John focused on operations, leadership, and scaling. Applications are open through June 11th, 2026 at jobbergrants.com. Now this is cool, but really only 10 people get to benefit from this. Chances are it's not going to be you. I really would have liked to see Jobber give that $250,000 to say another feature or develop a new thing, not have us pay for a bunch of integrations, but that's just my take. On the product side, Jobber shipped several updates this period. The Wix integration allows contractors to embed Jobber's online booking and request forms directly into Wix-built websites, with new clients and requests syncing automatically into Jobber. Still pretty annoying that there's an integration required though. Some of Jobber's new AI features include the Jobber Voice. This is a hands-free task control. They also have the campaign generator. This is automated email campaigns and AI drafted quote automation. So the campaign generator is now a part of Jobber's marketing suite, which is a pay to add on to most plans. Jobber Voice and quote automations are available on Connect, Grow, and Plus plan members. But Jobber's pricing runs anywhere from $39 to $529 a month, and that's before you add any integrations on. So just count that as doubling or tripling that price. But let's go to Housecall Pro. Housecall Pro published its February 2026 product release, described as as core updates that would turn pro feedback into action. We've heard that one before. The release did not announce any new features. It was positioned as more of an incremental quality of life update based on user requests. So as of March 2026, Housecall Pro still does not offer route optimization on any single plan. Contractors must plan routes manually or use a separate tool. Housecall Pro's GPS tracking updates on delayed intervals rather than in real time, and that's a pretty big limitation that's persisted across multiple Housecall Pro updates. Everybody's wondering when they're going to do this. So if there were any updates for ServiceTitan or updates for FieldPulse or updates for Workiz this week, they were not documented here or published anywhere online, so they did not make any type of announcements or new updates this week. So really their activity should be 0 out of 10. They didn't do anything. But here's my take from all of this. After tracking FSM software every single week, the pattern that emerges over time is this. Most platforms announce features in marketing material, but the platforms that actually ship consistently at volumes are easy to identify. This week, that platform was QuoteIQ. The March 2026 release is notable not just for its size because it had a bunch of new features, but for the breadth of what it touched. The client portal, satellite visual estimates, AI CRM migrations, rebuilt automation engines, ACH payments, multi-day scheduling, a bunch of new redesigns. Each of those is a standalone feature that competitors either don't offer at all or charge separately for and make you pay way more. And all of that landed in a single release window with no pricing increases at all for QuoteIQ. That is impressive. So for contractors paying anywhere from $200 to $400 a month for Housecall Pro, or $500 plus for an equivalent like ServiceTitan, the math is just not working. A 4-person team on QuoteIQ's Pro plan at $149 a month now has access to features like the visual estimates, client portals, and 30 plus AI actions, satellite property measurement, and just a complete business management software. Those just simply don't exist in those platforms at all. I'm also going to go over some frequently asked questions. So which FSM platform released the most features in March 2026? QuoteIQ is the answer. QuoteIQ released the most features of any FSM platform so far in 2026. And then when we're looking at all the competitors, they really have not done a lot. So QuoteIQ is the winner for this week. Congratulations, QuoteIQ. I am happy that you guys are building something awesome. But that is the weekly roundup for March 24th, 2026. If you're looking for an independent FSM software reviews and weekly coverage of every single FSM platform, bookmark servicebusinessacademy.org and check out all the new FSM reviews. I will see you next week.